We doing? It's another Saturday night. It's another Saturday night at 60 minutes with PD. 60 minutes with PD. That is right. 60 minutes with PD. It's good to see you all. See you all. We're gonna have an amazing time today, and the topic is husband wahala. Husband wahala. Yes, the topic is husband wahala. Yes, Ebuka Daniel, how are you doing? Good to see you. Lighton Akin, how are you? How are you? Yes, that is fantastic. Good to see all of you. It's going to be an amazing time. Of course, it's 60 minutes with PD, the fastest moving 60 minutes of the day. Binta, how are you? SK Akiba, how are you? And Osak White, yay. How are you? How are you all doing? My people on Facebook, where are you? Instagram, you guys are doing amazingly well. You know, it's going to be an amazing day. It's Husband Wahala. We're talking about the troubles that people have with husbands. Valkize, good to see you. Lighter, it's good to see you. How you guys doing? It's amazing. Today I really want us to be interactive today because I want to, hi, Carol, how you doing? And yes, that's Zelly. Zelly, how are you? How are we all doing? This is going to be an amazing evening because I know that we all have a lot to say about husband wahala. Let me send a few waves out there. Fantastic. So how are we doing? How's the weekend going? How's our relationships? Hope things are moving, things are happening. Fantastic. So welcome to 60 Minutes with PD. Temi Speaks, how's it going? Odenos. How are you? So, fantastic. Yes, today, I'm here every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. So please just come. I am PD. I'm stuck at the airport. But your phone is on, so that's good. And where are you coming from? Where are you going, Carol? Anyway, so, guys, please follow me right here. Please tell your friends to follow me. You know, I'm supposed to be at 10,000 followers by now. So, guys, tell your friends, tell your family. You know, the profile, the platform is amazing. There's so much valuable information for everybody for free. So, guys, let's jump on this and let's get the word out. Let's get the word out. That's so amazing. So while I'm here, please ask me any kind of question, about life, about relationships, whatever it is. Just ask me and I will be only too happy to talk about it. Okay? So, yes, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and on Twitter as well. So, guys, catch up with me on one of these platforms. So today's topic is husband wahala. And really, we're just going to look at, what problems are we having with husbands? If you're not married, it's like, it's good to learn what the problems might be, get the solutions. If you're a man, you learn so much. If you're married, if you're not married, you learn so much because you know what to do when you get there. So the topic is husband wahala. And I know that I have people on the platform who are not from Nigeria. Wahala means trouble, issues. So it's like husband issues, husband, situations. So we're going to talk about all these husband issues and situations. Over here in Nigeria, we call it husband wahala. So everybody say wahala. That's fantastic. So, hey, this topic is for everyone. Wives need to hear the solutions to husband wahala. Wives to be, need to know what lies ahead. Husbands need to know their wahala, Husbands need to know their wahala. Husbands to be need to know what not to do and what to do. So there will be no wahala, okay? Or their wahala will be less. Okay, so any husbands to be, if you're on the platform, hopefully when you get into it, your wahala will be less because you'll be so understanding. And I'll tell you, ladies, try your best. Get your men on this platform. Get your husbands on this platform so that they can hear so much and learn so much, and they'll be much better husbands to you. Just find a way to don't tell them what's going on. Just tell them there's some guy, just come listen, and then before they know it, I'm talking to them. Before they know it, stuff is happening. They're changing. They're getting nicer. They're getting loving. You're loving them more, and things just get better every day. Fantastic. And it's true, men can be troublesome sometimes. We guys, like guys really don't grow up. We're just boys that grew bigger. So we're older and we're bigger, but we're still the same old boys. So, that's just how we are. So, we'll learn a few things tonight. So today's topic is husband wahala, and wahala in Nigeria means trouble, issues. We've had a lot of input from a lot of you. In fact, I've got a lot of questions that I'll be answering today. And please, 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 I want to see some questions on the platform. I want to see some interaction on the platform. Husband wahala. So, wahala number one. Let's talk about husbands that put their parents and their siblings before their wives. You know, and this is wrong. And the weirdest thing is this: I've seen some mothers, okay, especially single mothers, indoctrinate their children, young boys. Like, you know what? I'm your mother. I've done so much for you. I've, you know, whatever. You would never let a woman get between you and me. You know, and you just don't know it. They've really spoken to these children, even as kids. So when they grow, they're struggling. But the truth is this: when you get married, the unit is you and your wife is the unit. And your parents and your brothers actually become extended, okay? Because it's your wife and your kids become your family. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And it's not at the neglect of your parents. You're expected to take care of your parents. You're expected to ask after them. And for the wives, encourage your husband to ask after his parents. Encourage him to give to them, okay? Make sure that the parents know that you are not trying to disconnect them, that you're on their side. So, and husband, at all times, your next of kin is your wife. Your next of kin is your wife, and your wife is like the person, like you are one. You and your wife are one. So everybody else is on the outside. So I hope I'm talking to husbands out there, so husbands and husbands to be, as you plan to get married, realize that when you get married, you and your wife are one. You are one flesh, you're one, and everybody is on the outside, okay? Like I said, some mothers actively tell their little sons never to let any woman get in between them. Mothers, knowingly or unknowingly, have planted a time bomb in these young men. So when they grow up, they start to struggle with how intimate they want to be with their wives. So mothers, please, let's not do this, because it's interesting. Like it's the women that sometimes cause this problem, and then it's the women that sometimes suffer for this problem. So it's interesting that, you know, let's start to do things differently, okay? So it's husband wahala. No matter how much psychological pressure or emotional blackmail you get from your parents, okay, or your siblings, don't budge. And it's true. I can remember once when my mom told me that, you know what, don't tell your wife how much you give me. Just don't let her know anything about what you do for me. Now, if that happened to me, I know that could happen to you. So you've got parents who, you know, they brought you up and, you know, they've done everything for you. And they want to maintain that level of intimacy. But no, you know, a man must leave his father and his mother and become one with his wife. So that's why it's stated, you know, you leave your mother and your father and then you become one. So and that's what works. That's what works. You know, so let's know that. So husband wahala number one, keep your in-laws, take care of them and everything, but your wife is your next of kin. Your intimacy with your wife, do not put your parents or your brothers above your wife, because you guys are one. Am I good? Are we good? Husband wahala number two. Hopefully I can see some more wahalas coming up. But number two, my husband is abusing me emotionally. So husband wahala is like, and it's true, sometimes there is emotional abuse gets to happen in marriages. And the thing is this, some of the emotional abuse, men don't actually know that they're being abusive when they're doing it. And that's true, especially in the areas of communication. When a woman you don't allow her to communicate with you, you're not listening to her, she's just not able to express herself, it's a form of abuse. But men don't need that much communication. So sometimes, because we don't need that much communication, we project that to the women that we're with. And guess what? When this happens, they can't let out their emotions. So truly, we have to listen, we have to talk, and we have to make sure that we're not abusing our wives. So many men don't know what the silent treatment they are giving their wives is doing to their wives. When they live with a woman and don't talk to her, when you live with a woman and you're not talking to her, you are torturing her. Communication is like oxygen to a woman. I hope there are men on the platform. For a woman, communication is like oxygen. If she doesn't get it, she suffocates. And if she doesn't get it, you can actually kill the love that she has for you. Okay. When you cut off communication from your wife, you are killing the love that she has for you. Men can do without a lot of verbal communication. This is one of the major differences between men and women. Emotional abuse is an intentional infliction of anguish or distress or intimidation through verbal or non-verbal means. And if you're doing anything that is distressing your wife, it's abuse. No matter what it is, as long as she is distressed, even if it means nothing to you, if she's distressed, it's abuse. So men, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. Always be close and be connected to your wives. And if you see that they're stressing or they're in distress and it has something to do with what you're doing, no matter how much you're enjoying it or you don't care, pull back. Just pull back till she's fine, till she's okay. Kristen, how are you? I'm sending some smiles to some people right here. So yes, okay. It's husband Wahala. Husbands, be very intentional with your words. Always let your words be kind and encouraging. So husbands, always your words have to be kind and encouraging. Never use abusive words on your wife. How can you abuse your wife? I mean, this is a woman that you say you love. Every night you're in the same bed. You're hoping to be intimate with her. And then you're abusing her. I mean, like, it doesn't connect, guys. It just does not connect. To be able to abuse verbally this woman that you want to hold intimately at night and, have some love going on, it just doesn't make any sense. So let's not do it. Any kind of abuse is bad, especially verbal abuse, okay? It's just not loving. You look at her, tell her something kind, something encouraging, something just comforting. That's how you speak to your wife. Okay, husbands, know this. The emotional abuse that you're inflicting on your wife will eventually kill the love that she has for you. And this is something that men do sometimes, where you do something to her, okay? But you're used to her loving you. But you're shocked the day she looks you in the eye and just love is gone. It's just gone. And I've seen this before where men did not realize that their action will result in her love dying. And her being able to look him in the eyes and say, you know what, I don't feel anything for you, and in fact, I want out. So guys, let's never do that. Let's never get our wahala to get to the point that our love is gone. Are there any guys out there? And most guys, by the time guys find out that the love is gone, it's too late. It's too late. So let's not do that. Ladies, have clear boundaries regarding abuse. So, sometimes I'm talking to the ladies, sometimes to the men. For the ladies, if you're in that kind of situation, make sure you have boundaries, okay? And make sure that these boundaries are expressed. So your husband, whoever you're with, they know what these boundaries are. Even in marriage, there are boundaries, even in marriage. Sometimes we think, well, once you're married, no more boundaries. No, there are boundaries. There are things that if your husband does it to you, it's like, don't do this again. Because if you do this, I'm out. I'm just out because I won't take it. And truly, if it's done again, back up your words and do what you've got to do. Are we okay? And I always advise women, be financially independent. Have some money of your own. Don't get tricked into, I just want to not work and not do anything, not have any money. Even if you're not working, make sure he gives you money that's called yours, in your possession. So if stuff happens, you can do something, okay? Many times, if you're with an abusive man, control is a big thing. Control is a big thing. And one of the main ways that people control their wives is by not letting them have money. No income, no money of their own. So that whatever they do, these women can't leave, they can't speak back because they're dependent on you financially. So guys, women, have some income so the day you vex, you can walk. Okay, husband wahala number 3. My husband is selfish. Oh, this is a hard cry from a lovely lady. She says that her husband is selfish. So what are we going to do about the selfish husband? Husband, why now? Why are you selfish? What is going on? Why your fist so tight? So open your heart, spend some money on her. Spending money on a woman always makes her feel good. For real. Spending money on a woman always, no matter how rich she is. And I've seen this too. Even in a case where the woman has a higher income than the man, she still, because she has an income, does not mean she doesn't want you to give her money. So even though you earn less, you still have to put some money together and give it to her. Just give it to her. Let her know that she's getting something from you. If there are any women in the house that you think you agree with me, please speak up. I want to hear some. I want to get some support. So guys, if truly, ladies, if truly it makes sense, give me some support. So guys, give us some money. Like I can tell you this: if you played some music right now, and you ask your wife to dance, and as she's dancing, you pull out a wad of nice bills, nice bills, not, high-end bills, and you start to just like, in Nigeria we call it spraying, just start to, just give her the money as she's dancing, and then watch her face to see how happy she is. It's like, and I've seen this, no matter how rich she is, as long as you give her that money, she's smiling and she's really happy. It's worth it. Are you trying right now? Any married people in the house? Let's see you do it. So guys, it pays off. So spend the money. Generosity comes from the heart, not from the pocket. Many people think, I don't have money in my pocket, so I can't be generous, and that's not true. Generosity comes from the heart. If your heart is generous, you will find a way to do something and give something. That's just how it works. So generosity is from the heart. So husbands, be intentionally generous. But I have to say something in support of the guys. If a family had financial problems or issues, people never look at the wife and say, how could you manage your family's finances till it crashed? Okay? Now, because of this reason, men tend to be a lot more conservative with money because they know that if things fail, they're not going to look at the woman, they're going to look at him. And then the worst thing about this too is that the same woman you spend this money on, when time comes to pay food, pay the rent, do the essentials, and you can't come up with it, she probably could be the first person to like tell you off and make you feel really bad. So for this reason, men tend to not be so quick to spend money recklessly. I'm not saying that women are reckless, but sometimes women can tend to just say, let's have fun, let's just spend some money and have great fun now. And the guy is trying to figure, school fees are coming, rent is coming, I need to have some cash flow, make sure that we don't run onto dry ground before the year is over. So guys have that pressure. So women, let's start to understand that guys have this pressure. And the solution is very simple. There has to be communication between both of you. Guys, don't pose, tell your wife, rent is coming, I don't have everything right now. We need to do some saving. School fees are coming up, not everything is not in order, so let's save. Let there be financial transparency. If wives are very reasonable, caring people. If she knows your situation, she won't make the demands that you can't cash, that you can't back up. So this is so important. Be like, I don't know why, but some people don't want to talk about finances. And that's the worst thing, because if I don't know what your capacity is, I mean, like if you're a woman and I don't know what you have, I could assume you have money. So I'm not giving you much because I just assume you're okay. And then if I'm a guy and you think I have a ton of money and I don't, then you're writing checks that I can't cash. So let's not do that. Let's be transparent financially. Okay. So carry yourselves along. Fantastic. Husband Wahala number 4. My husband is always giving women lifts. My husband, okay, he has a habit that each time he's driving and he sees some stranded women on the street, he is so loving and kind that he offers them a lift. Boy, guys, stop that. You shouldn't do that. Nope. It's not a good idea. I know that you're kind-hearted and you're trying to help, quote unquote, help. But no, don't help. Let them stand on the street till a married couple comes and finds them and picks them up. But by yourself, please don't do this. You're exposing yourself to more than you should. Okay, let's not do it. If you're a guy, if you see a whole bunch of people, take them, but don't go looking to just pick up that pretty girl on the street and give her a ride. That's just not safe. It's not something you should be doing. Okay, you just shouldn't be doing that. Husband Wahala number 5 is, I am not okay with my husband visiting our single female neighbors downstairs. He says, I'm not okay with my husband visiting our single, and it's funny, many times, especially with young married people, When you are married, things have changed. As a single guy, you practically could go anywhere at any time and do anything. As a married man, you can't. You can't. It's a single woman. It's her house. You're a married man. What are you doing there by yourself, even though she's your neighbor? No. If your wife isn't there with you, her house is out of bounds. I think some people might look at me and say, like, PD, why are you so strict? But it's true. Her house is out of bounds by yourself. Don't and if you talk with your wife and she's not okay with it, then you should not do it again. Husbands, do this. Like, know this. If your wife, not your girlfriend, your wife is not okay with anything that you're doing, no matter how much you think it's okay, love is about the other person. Marriages that work because people understand love. And love is about the other person. So if she doesn't like it, it's not going to kill you if you don't go to her house. It will not kill you if you don't give her a ride. It will not kill you. So listen to your wife and don't go. Don't do it. Am I talking to anybody? Is anybody agreeing with me? You guys are so quiet tonight. Where are your comments? Am I missing the comments? Because I'm not seeing anything. Guys, I need some comments. Talk to me. They're like 30, 40 people. Let's have some comments. Okay, so guys, it won't kill you. Don't go and visit your neighbor downstairs. Husband Wahala number 6. Please give me some more Wahala that I can deal with live. Number 6, my husband is always on the phone all the time. It's such a turn off. And this is true. Like, when we're on our phones, we are saying things to our partners by being on our phones. Like, if I'm supposed to be spending this quality time with my wife, maybe it's dinner or we're watching a movie together, and the phone rings and I take it, I am telling her that I value the person on the phone, I value their attention and them more than you, because I have practically abandoned you at a time where we're supposed to be together to spend time and a lot of time on these people on the phone. So that's what you're saying. So it's not boosting your love with your wife. It's really not. So, business is business, but there's got to be boundaries. You can't just have business round the clock. There's got to be some time where you and your wife can have time together by yourselves. And it's interesting that if you're not intentional, just the demand of work can actually just get into your quality time with your family or your wife. And then if you're being rascally or naughty and you've got some people that, you just want to talk to because you want to talk to them, that's a different case. But you shouldn't be doing these things. Am I talking to anybody? Okay. So it's okay to have your phone, but not all the time. And like she says it's such a turn off. So I can imagine that times when they're trying to like get in on and get busy, or she's looking for intimacy, and women need to unwind to connect. They need to speak. They need to unwind verbally to connect. And guys, if you don't get this, you're going to struggle. And I can tell you this. And if you struggle with intimacy with your wife, you're struggling sexually with your wife, your marriage will struggle. So get this. You can't not know this, that when a woman wants to talk, she needs your attention. You can't be on your phone. You need to give her that. Put your phone down, put it off, listen to her, let her unwind verbally. She's connecting, by talking, she's connecting, and then eventually she can get intimate with you, and then the sparks can fly and things can get better. But you've got to give her the opportunity. If not, you will pay a price for it. I said so, and it will happen if you're not careful. Okay, so husband is always on the phone all the time, taking calls. Why? Don't do that. Husband Wahala number 7. We're moving really fast. Let's get some more husband Wahalas out there. My husband is always staying out late. And this is like, young people these days, it blows my mind. You're married and you're out with your bodies till 7 a.m. in the morning and you're doing it regularly. Like, if I was your wife, I'd pack out. You come back to an empty house. It's a good thing I'm a man. But don't do that. Like if you wanted that lifestyle, then you'd have stayed single. Why take this poor girl into your house and then now you're just still living like you were single? No, don't do that. You can't. It's not proper. You're married. And I think the main thing that's coming out from tonight's message is that when you are married, you are no longer single. Things are not the same. You've got to have a different mentality, different mindset. The things you could do when you were single, you can't do it as a married man. Trying to do these things while you're married is going to be a problem. And the worst thing that could happen to you is your marriage fail. It affects every area of your life when your marriage fails. So you've got to work and make sure that your marriage works. Are there any men in the house? If you're there, wave your hands, wave your hands. Just let me know that you're there, guys, and come back and watch this so you can hear this. So you're not single. You can't be out every night. You can't just live like, it's not responsible. Okay, so stay home, once in a while, fine, but you can't be out all the time. Husband Wahala number 8, husband video calls female acquaintances and sometimes exchanges pictures with them. Husband Wahala. You're doing video calls with women, you're sending pictures. Why? Because the truth is this, there is an intimacy that's created with a video call. What communication did you need to communicate that you couldn't do with a regular call, audio? Why did it have to be a video call? Let's not do that. Let's not start things that shouldn't be started. Let's not light fires that shouldn't be lit. So if you're doing a video call with a female, even if you say there's no issues there, but the thing is that sexual attraction actually can be ignited from video calls because you're seeing yourselves, you're seeing your expressions. It doesn't have to be a video call. An audio call will not kill you. I think that's something you're going to hear a lot tonight. It will not kill you to just keep it audio. Why the video? And then, why are you sending pictures? Why? For what reason? Don't start what you can't finish. Okay, don't do it. Like many times, the road that leads to destruction, it starts like any other road. It's as you go further on the road that you start to see the flames and say, well, you know what? This is taking me to a place I don't want to be. So guys, let's be mature. Let's be mature. Even if you married like yesterday, let's be mature. Don't start on the road that leads you to where you're not supposed to be. Okay, so guys, don't do video calls. Do video calls with family and your wife. Don't do video calls with female acquaintances, single ones. And it's interesting. I'd say don't do video calls with single people, but in these days, don't do video calls. Like we're in a world where married people are cheating, single people are cheating, same-sex people are cheating. It's like, be careful. We're in a very dangerous time. We're in dangerous times. Just be careful, okay? Do you hear me? I hope you're hearing me. So guys, keep out the video calls. Yes. Let me see. Doing anything that's contrary. Yeah, doing anything that's contrary to your spouse's expectation or agreements with your spouse, is cheating, no matter what it is. So if, video calls, keep them out. Husbands, you should not be video calling females that are available to you. So don't do that. Husband Wahala number 9, nagging husband. So this lady says, what do I do about a nagging husband? How many people have nagging husbands out there? Talk to me. Okay, nagging husbands. Well, I have something to say. One is this. Husband, I know you want her to do something, but nagging won't make her do it. Okay? You must have found out that by now. But I'll tell you one thing that we must all know this. Only God can change people. Human beings cannot change human beings. Human beings can advise people about change. Human beings can direct people towards change. But only God can make people change. So guys, nagging husband, my advice is get on your knees, get to know God, and nag God. I'll say it again. Nag God on your knees. And you nag him enough that he will change your wife. So that is to the husband. Now to the wife. Let's talk about this. If your husband is nagging, obviously there's something that he wants, that he really, really desires, that you're not doing, that you're not giving him. Now, why? Love is about the other person. Love is sacrificial. Love is not about you. And if your husband desires it so much that he's nagging, and you know he's nagging because you told me he's nagging, then why won't you consider? Why won't you just consider that, you know what, I love this man. This is what he wants. Let me try and give it to him because he wants it. He wants it so much he's nagging me. Okay? So that's something about nagging, and it goes both ways. So if it's wife nagging a husband, give it to her, because love is not about you; it's about her. There are rules of love that if we stick with these rules, we know what love is. It will work because that's what it's all about. Okay, so nagging husband, we've dealt with you. Husband Wahala number 10. My husband watches pornographic movies, behind my back. Now, this I'll keep to my notes here because I want to catch everything. Okay, so my husband watches porn. Your husband Wahala is like, you catch him, there's a ton of porn on his laptop, there's a ton of porn on his phone. You walked into the room and you caught him. And he's like, oh, darling, what? Yeah, he has nothing to say, but you know how it is. Okay, so at this point, he's watching. So porn, now porn has many long-term bad effects on your life. One, porn is staged. It's not real. And the participants are paid. Okay? So you are never going to get that level of performance from your wife. Porn will make you dissatisfied with your wife sexually. If you watch a lot of porn, you are going to be dissatisfied with your partner, with your wife at the end of the day, because you're going to be expecting the performance that you're seeing in the videos, expect it from her because you've been feeding off those videos. But the thing is that the people in the video, they get paid. If you paid your wife that kind of money, she might be able to give you that kind of performance. Maybe. So let's start to understand that, it's different and it's staged. Those women haven't taken care of their babies all day long and kept the house and everything. They came to work and you watch them working. So, let's not get into pornography, okay? Even if you watched it together, it still has a bad effect on the two of you. The excitement you get out of porn is from your imagination. It's from your imagination. You are imagining that you're with that person that you're watching. So it's your imagination that and now you did it in your mind repeatedly. Now, if you're watching porn, in your mind, you are actually having sex with the people there because that's the motivation. That's why you're watching it. You're imagining, okay? And the thing there is that if you imagine it long enough, you will actually do it with somebody. You will find somebody and play out what you've been imagining. That's how life is. If you allow your mind to go there, you will find yourself there one day. So if you watch porn and you watch porn, you're seeing yourself making love, making out. Don't call it making love, it's making out. You're making out with somebody that you don't know, with a stranger. If you do it often enough, one day you are going to find yourself making out with a stranger. And that's going to be interesting. Now, I'll tell you this, and this is going to make you guys really laugh. Now, as men, when we watch porn with women, with our wives, we never imagine that they are imagining making out with those people just like we are imagining. Do you get that? So because most men do not like the idea that their wife is thinking or imagining making out with some strange person in the movie. But the same thing you are doing is what she is doing. And if she does it long enough, she's going to find a stranger to make out with. So it is not wise, because some people tell me this, just to spice up their sex, they want to watch porn. And I say, that's a bad idea. That is just a bad idea because the end result is not going to be good. So it's not a good idea. Talk to yourselves and spice up yourselves, but you don't need a pornographic movie to spice up your sex life. It's just a bad idea. Any comments, people? You guys are quiet tonight. You're just quiet. You're all there. Nobody's going, but you're just quiet. Guys, talk to me. I feel lonely tonight, people. Okay. Husband Wahala number 11. My husband does not satisfy me sexually. Now, this is interesting. Now, at this point, I am going to try my best not to be explicit. I will not be explicit. But, those that know, they know. So let us talk about this. When like sex in marriage is a big thing. It's a big thing, and many people see it as a mountain if it's not working out right. But to be quite frank, it's really not a big thing like that if both of you get to understand a couple things. Okay? I hope that we get that straight. First of all, is this. It's just the laws of love. It's like love is not about you. If you guys, both of you, when you come together, your main concern is your partner's satisfaction. Okay? Most times with sex, what happens, everybody comes in and they're looking for their own satisfaction. So he wants to hit the ground running, get to where he's going, and pull out, and he's done. She wants to get there. It takes her longer to get there, obviously, but that's her focus. It's like, am I going to get there today? Am I going to is it going to be a blast? Okay? You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm keeping it clean. Okay, cool. But if both of you will come to the table Okay, to the table, yes, this table. But you know what I mean by table. You both of you will come to the table with a mindset that tonight, my focus is to make sure that you are satisfied, that you get there, you're satisfied. And he has that in his mind as well. As you go along, things start to work. And then know this, men move quicker. Like men are like switches. We can be switched on like this and we're ready to go. Women, you've got to stoke the engine. You got to get them warmed up. You got to, get things working. And then when they hit a cruise speed, they can cruise as long as they can. So, guys, slow down, and do what you need to do. Ask her what works for her. Tell her what works for you. There's got to be communication. There's got to be communication. So you're communicating, you're telling yourselves what to do. There's no shame. You guys are naked and not ashamed because you're married. This is for married people only. Okay, that's my disclaimer. Married people only. Okay, so if you take your time, okay, and you are guided by each other, and your focus is the other person's satisfaction, you will finally get there. Okay, and know this. Every part of your body is usable. In marriage, whatever you do in sex is blessed. Let me tell you that, because you're married. And, there are different parts of your body that gets involved. So if for any reason, the part that's supposed to be inflated does not get inflated, there are other parts of your body that could take its place and get her there happily. Am I good? Are there any questions I need to, husbands, if you need some clarification, DM me. Did I cover everything? Are there any questions? People talk to me. I want to see 1 or 2 questions. Am I missing out the questions? Did I miss something? Guys, talk to me. So, listen to what I said. Sex can be good between any 2 individuals. The idea that you want to test a person before you get married to know if the sex is good. There's a lot of things wrong with that idea. One is, if you weren't having sex before marriage, how would you know what good sex is? So if you're looking for a particular kind of sex, it's because you've been doing what you shouldn't have been doing. That's one. And then 2 is, that if you will both understand that that you can work together and focus on the other person's, getting there, and just follow what I just said tonight, sex will be good. Sex will be pretty good. Am I talking to anybody? If you have any questions, ask now or DM me. So, like I was saying, let me read some things from my notes. Without going into too much detail, various parts of your body, can and should be used in this endeavor, so you have no excuse for not getting her there. Love is patient. Love is teachable. Let her teach you what works for her. Do it diligently and patiently, because love is patient, and encourage her all the way. Make sure she gets there before you stop. Amen? Don't stop. Let her get there. Are we good? I think we're good. Okay. Sex is for married couples only. Disclaimer right there. Husband Wahala, cheating. Cheating husband. Now, this is a serious one. Cheating husband. But there are different levels of cheating. So let's understand this now. Cheating is cheating and it's all bad. But actually, there are different reasons why men cheat. Okay? Now, some men will never cheat. Not that they are blind or don't like women, but their fear of God is greater than their lust for women. So if you ever find a guy who his fear of God is greater than his lust for women, because every normal healthy man that sees a woman, there's it's a fine woman is a fine woman. So you cannot say your eyes are closed and you don't know that she's fine. So but your fear of God is greater than your lust, your whatever for the woman, that you'll always walk a straight line and not deviate. Now, so there are men like that. So if you are blessed enough to have a man like that, good for you, and that's great. Now, some men will not go out looking for trouble. You have men that they won't go out looking to cheat, okay? But if they're in a place where the friends are cheating, the wife is like miles away and she can never find out, they might try. It's true. Now, that kind of guy, if he's ever caught, he will stop. Because he's like, what? What did I do? And everything, he will stop. And that is, we can deal with that. Then there are guys who, they were cheating when they were dating you. They were cheating on the day you were getting married. They were cheating right now in the marriage. They've been caught a few times and they're still cheating. Okay? It's called serial cheating. If your man is a serial cheater, then you have to pray. Like I said, in this, Only God can change people. You have to pray. And prayers work. To be quite frank, we have a set of prayers at PD Consulting that we send to women who have serial cheating husbands. And to be quite frank, we have quite a few testimonies of husbands who have calmed down, their eyes have cleared, the scales have dropped, they're back home, and they're fine. So if you want those prayers, please reach out to me. Email, just DM me, give me your phone number and your email, and I will send you the prayers for free. Am I talking to anybody? But if it's a husband who normally would not cheat, he did it because his friends were there, he was far away. If he gets caught, then he can stop. He can just walk away from it and never do it again. Okay? But to be quite frank, it's those that fear God more than their lust for the woman that you can see that this person, whether I'm there or not, will not cheat. Do not expect that a man will not cheat because he fears you. There's a limit to the fear of you that he has. So don't try to threaten him enough. I said, well, I threatened him so hard, he'll never cheat again. That's just not how men are wired. So are there any questions? There has to be some questions. You guys, you're just too quiet. Am I missing the questions? Let somebody talk to me. Let me see. If there are questions here, let me check really quick on my phone and see if anybody sent me some questions. Are there any questions? I don't see any questions right now. Okay, we are doing good. Okay, so we're done. I have said yes. So those prayers are really good. Fantastic. Husband Wahala number 13. My husband calls other ladies sweet names in my presence. My husband calls other ladies sweet names in my presence. And that's not nice. That's not considerate. And then one thing is this, husbands, whatever you do that she doesn't like, try your best to put yourself in her shoes. Many times, men do not put themselves in the woman's shoes. If your wife cheated, how would you take it? If your wife was video calling some man, behind your back, how would you take it? If your wife was watching porn all by herself, how would you take it? If your wife started just endearing some guys, just calling them sweet names while you're there, how would you take it? And obviously, you're not going to take it well. You will not take it well. So if you won't take it well, why are you doing it to her? She's a human being just like you are. She feels, she bleeds, she cries, just like you do. So let's not do that. There are times when we just treat women like they are just like different species from another planet. So we're able to do all sorts of things to them and just, I just get away with it. But that's not true. Women are human, just like you. They bleed, they cry, just like you do. So guys, let's not do that. So if you've got the lyrics in your system, exhaust them on your wife. Okay, if you're just a guy who just got good lyrics, and you can't help yourself, just point out. When you get married, limit the lyrics on your wife, and then spoil her with just completely spoil her with the lyrics. But don't go spread the lyrics to other women. And then women get easily led. Just by saying the things you're saying and doing what you're doing, it's very easy that they think that you're coming onto them. And the next thing they're responding, and the next thing you know, you are in an entanglement. Anybody remember that word entanglement? Entanglement. Yeah. Then before you know it, you're in an entanglement, and you don't want to be in an entanglement. So let's not do that. Let's not just start to, just lead people on. That's not good. Okay. We're talking husband Wahala. You're watching PD Live. Please follow me right here at PIIDI19 on Instagram, on Facebook. Follow me, and please tell your friends to follow. I offer free counseling. Please avail yourself to it. And there's a ton of valuable information on the profile, on all my profiles. So please visit the profiles, watch a few videos daily, and just build yourself up. It's the information that you know, it's the knowledge that you have that you use to make your marriage, your relationship work. Okay? So it's so important. So, husband Wahala number 14. My husband smokes. Now, if you both smoke, that's amazing. But if just one person is smoking, to be quite frank, for some people that don't smoke, they find it difficult to get intimate with the person that smells of smoke, especially when the smoke is not fresh, like stale smoke. It's actually, there's nothing encouraging about it. And love is about the other person. Love is sacrificial. So if your wife, says, I don't like the smoke, because you love her, make it about her. I know that smoking can get addictive, but make a sacrifice. Love is sacrificial. Like, you know what? I love smoking. I never knew I could do without smoking, but because I love you, I will try to stop smoking. I will, and then try. So husbands, always try to work with your wives. It's important. Don't just have it your way all the time and impose things on her. It's not fair. So if you're a smoking husband, try to cut out the smoking. Husband Wahala number 13 is smoking. 14 is smoking husband. Husband Wahala number 15. My husband is a narcissist. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'll say this very clearly, very, very slowly. Many people don't know what a narcissist is. Because I've asked somebody before, and she told me a narcissist is a person that just likes themselves a lot. And then that's all they are. And that's not true. Narcissism is a mental disorder. It's a demonic possession. I'll tell you, it's a complete demonic possession that people call a mental disorder, but it actually is a demonic possession. People that are narcissists. I'll read a few things out here, okay? And the goal of what I'm about to read now is this. If you know anybody, and the things I read, it fits them. That's exactly who they are. They're narcissists. If the cap fits, then let them wear it. Okay? Now, this person has no empathy. No matter how much you cry and beg them, they're not moved at all. So, they hurt you, you're crying, you're hoping that it will appeal to some sentiment in them, and eventually they just get up, walk away, and ask you, why are you crying again? They're not moved at all. They lack empathy. That's one thing. They don't cry, they don't mind. You are blamed for what they do. So there are people who, they do what they're not supposed to do, they do stuff that hurts you. It's like you catch him cheating. And he says that, well, you know what, you didn't give me any sex, you quarreled with me for like 2 weeks, and so I had to cheat. If you didn't do it, I wouldn't do it. You were cheating. It's not her fault. You had it in you, and you did it. So if they're like this, just note this: they never take responsibility for the things they do. So they do mean things, but they never take responsibility for what they do. They just never. Okay, they can never admit that they're wrong. He just never admits he's wrong. He can never say, "I was wrong." Also, he plays down, like he hurts you, you're complaining, but he plays down what he's done. He plays down the effect. It's like, why are you making such a fuss? So you're hurt, but he consistently plays down your hurt. Okay. You guys might know somebody that this is fitting. And the thing about narcissists is that they're textbook. Like these things I'm saying, they will be exactly like this, word for word. And you will know for sure that this person is a narcissist. Then I'll tell you what to do if you find yourself with one. Okay. Never admits that he's wrong, plays down things. They are two-faced. Narcissists have a public face, and they have a private face. Okay, so the public face is they are nice. People think butter will not melt on this person's mouth. They're good people. They're angels. That's public to everybody. But the private face, which is what you see, is that they are mean. They are not. They are devilish, outright devilish. But people on the outside would never believe you. If you go and complain, people think that you're crazy, that you're the one that's crazy. If you stay long enough with the narcissist, it must occur to you at some point in time. You must ask yourself at some point, that, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Because you're experiencing things that only you are experiencing. And everybody looks at you like, if you ever tell them, it's like, that's not possible. And he too tells you that it's not possible. So it's like, you have to ask yourself, am I sane? Did this happen to me? That's another thing there. 2, they will abuse you. Like if all your life you've been treasured by your parents, they've called you, you've just been valued and treasured. Everybody values you. Wherever you go, you are valued. And you meet this guy who, in the twinkle of an eye, will just trash you, just call you all sorts of trashy names and treat you like trash, just like that. And the first time it happens, you're shocked because it's never happened before. But then he's done it so often that now it's starting to become a regular thing. You're starting to accept it, and your self-worth, your self-value is going down by the second every day. Okay. What else do I have here? Yeah. Now, if you know a person who does all these things to you, this person is a narcissist. So have you ever met narcissists? I want some response on the platform. Has anybody on the platform ever in your journey of life met a narcissist somewhere? Yes or no? Just let's have some response. I might look at the wrong place. I'm waiting to see some responses. That's what is called gaslighting. That fantastic days. Okay, let me see. Somebody was requesting. Anyway, as I was saying, so now this is it now. You have two choices. First choice. The first choice is if you can't go, then you decide to stay. There are a number of things you have to do. One is you can't depend on this person, if you're married to them, for emotional support. You can't depend on them for the support that you need to be healthy in the marriage. So if you stay, you have to set up a parallel life outside of the home, where with your friends and family, you've got people that can encourage you, people that can speak value into your life, people that can support you, people that can be an emotional support to you. You have to have this because you're not going to get it in the house. And also you need to not engage this person in their drama. Narcissists would like to rough you up and then engage you in some kind of rough and just mean exchange. And for them, it's a supply. It makes them feel in control. It makes them feel on top of you because the narcissist wants you down and them up. Okay, so as much as possible, you pull out. You don't engage them like that. But you set up a parallel life. You've got to be financially secure as well, independent as well, to actually do this. And the other thing is, if you can't stay, then you should go, because living with a narcissist can be dangerous. And when you go, you've got to do no contact, because they will come after you. They will look for you. They will attempt to ruin your reputation. They will send people after you. And it's not easy. People have moved and changed their names, have changed cities, getting away from narcissists. So what I'm talking about, even though I'm smiling, it's a serious thing. So these things I said, they are textbook. You know, if you have the time, come back and watch the video. It's like their textbook. If it checks, and this person is exactly like this, then if the cap fits, let them wear it. That's who they are. And narcissists don't change. You know, to be quite frank, they have to go through series of inner healing therapy called Sozo. You know, there's something called Sozo. We'll do it like Shining Light, and I think Bethel. They do good Sozos. You know, real Sozo, and try to get that thing out of them. But you're dealing with another entity that has a lot of influence over them. So sometimes you're dealing with a human being. Sometimes you're dealing with something that's really beyond human. So am I talking to anybody? So being a narcissist is not a funny thing. It's very serious business. Okay. Yes, we have 6 months. Husband Wahala number 16 is like, I want my husband to be more of a risk taker like me. Now, this is interesting. Both of you should not be risk takers, because that could be outright just dangerous. Because if you risk it too hard, you know, you guys could just find yourself on thin air. So it's not good for him to be so averse to risk that he's not progressing like he should. So I'm hoping that's what you're talking about. So yes, but the key here is this: if you guys will communicate more, if what I see is that you have a vision that he's not catching. So what you should do is spend more time casting the vision to him. It's like, if we do this, and this, we could get here, here, and here, and then we could live like this, and it would be like this. You know, if we did this. So if we start today, we could do this, and if we do this, it will go to the next level, and you cast him the vision over and over and over again. Eventually, he catches the vision, and he starts to move forward, okay? And it's true, there are times when the wife actually is seeing further than the husband. She's got a bigger vision, she's got a clearer vision. And that's okay. It shouldn't, that's okay. But you've both got to work together. So cast the vision, and there are ways that you can present it to him and encourage him that he still feels comfortable that he's the leader. Like, as a woman, you can never successfully wear the trousers with the man in the house. Know that. But you're able to guide him and get him to do the things you want. It's like if the man is the head and you're the neck, the head would only turn to where the neck turns it. The neck does not attempt to become the head, because that would be a monster. It would be an aberration. But a neck that knows its value and its position and its function will turn the head in whatever direction it wants. I'm speaking some serious stuff to the women out there. You have the ability to turn his head, to make him feel it's his idea, make him feel it's his vision, and he's sold out to it, he's doing it, but guess what? It was always your vision. Do you get that? So let's start to know that. So he says that you want him to take more risks, so cast him the vision and carry him along. Husband Wahala number 17. You guys are so quiet, but you're there, which is good. You're not going anywhere. Okay, number 17. I want my husband to stop competing with his friends who are not even his age mate. And the same thing too is casting the vision. You know, this is where we are. This is where this is how we can go. You don't have to be like the Joneses. You don't have to be like the neighbors. You know, this is where we are, and you know, we don't need to stress. And I'll tell you this, especially if you're young married people, do not make any decision that stresses your finances. I'll say it one more time, because this will save a lot of marriages. Like as a rule, if there's any decision that you've got to make that will stress your finances, don't take it. Don't take it. Because when your finances are stressed, you are, like, for all men, most men, you are edgy, you're patient, you are not patient, you're ready to explode, you just don't, like it's just not a good thing. You know, make sure that you got a cushion, a small cushion, so that you're not financially stressed. Finances is one of the major causes of divorces in marriage. So let's understand this, that don't do anything that will stress your finances. Husband Wahala number 18. My gosh, I have tried today. Comparing me with other females. This is a female saying, my husband compares me with other females. It's like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Like sometimes men do this because they're trying to make you step up. Sometimes the husband wants his wife to step up or step up her game or something, but what he does is he starts to compare her with other women. That's not good. Don't do it. Don't do it, because it's not encouraging. It's actually it's deflating her confidence, and that's the opposite of what you want. You know, if you want your wife to step up and do things different, then do it encouragingly. Encourage her, love her, support her. If you encourage, support, love her into doing things, she will do them, and she will do them happily, and you will get what you want. But comparing her with other people it will never give you a good result. And actually, a lot of men do this. It's like your ex-girlfriend did this, or some girl in the office that is making eyes at you does this or dresses like this, and next thing you want your wife to do the same thing. Your wife is unique. Always focus on what's working in her at her best qualities, and focus on that. And if you want changes, bring it up to her one-on-one, encourage her, but don't say this person does this or that person does this, and that's not good. So guys, don't go and start to compare your wife with other. Your wife is unique. There's stuff she has that no other woman has. Know this, that your wife, there's stuff going on with her that no woman on the planet has, because she's unique. So enjoy her uniqueness and don't try to make her somebody that she's not. So don't do that. Okay. Husband Wahala number 19. Help me to trust him again, because it's difficult right now. Now, this most likely is husband has been cheating, he's been caught, he said sorry, she's trying to move on, but he's behaving like nothing happened. This always happens. It's like this. Trust is earned, okay? I cannot demand trust from you. I can't say, give me your trust. I can't take your trust. I have to work for your trust. I have to be where I'm supposed to be. I have to say what I have to say. You need to check me out, and I'm there. I need to be consistent. I need to be reliable. I just need to be there for a long time. And over this long time, I build the trust. It takes a long time to build trust. But guess what? Trust is lost in buckets. It's like the trust that it took me 5 years to earn. I can lose it in one day. You catch me in bed with a woman, and boom, it's gone. Okay? And fine, I've said sorry. I've done whatever. But you can't put me back to where I was, like overnight. And that's one thing with men is like once we've said we're sorry and we've stayed at home a few days and we're doing the right thing for a few months, we expect that everything is fine and we're just behaving like nothing happened. But that's not true. I'm talking for all the women. That's not true. She has it in her heart. You have to make an effort. Oh my gosh, my time is up. You've got to make an effort to make sure, an effort to earn that trust back. It takes time. It took you 5 years to earn it the first time. It might take you another 5 years to earn it again. You've got to be willing to do it. Guys, that's my soundtrack. The music is coming on. It's time to go. It's been an amazing time. I love you all. I know that you're listening. I know that you're going to go back and watch again. And really, marriages can be amazing. We can really love one another and make it work. So follow me at PIDI19. Get your friends to follow me. This is a movement for good marriages and relationships. See you again next week. Bye, people. Bye, people. Bye-bye.